What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 2 for a real-life car build. Now, in this episode, we're doing the Viper TA, and the base Viper GTS that was in Forza Horizon 2 is cool, but obviously my favorite version of the Viper is the TA, as it kind of is with a lot of people. It depends on, just depends on how you view the Viper and what you personally like about it. I personally prefer the TA, like I said, and it's not a very difficult build. Really, all you need to really capture the Viper TA is paint the stock wheels black. You need this orange paint job, which is actually not a custom paint. It's not a paint that I did like a bunch of color mixing on to get or anything. It's actually one of the colors you can just get in the paint shop. Painted the rear wing black, which is not actually it's not actually the rear wing as the game would consider it. It's a custom just little strip of paint that I did, and then I kind of rounded off the edges with just basically more strips of paint that were the same color as the car, and then the TA logo, which is, I mean, it's not too tricky to make. Really, the easiest way to make it is to have a picture of just the logo kind of in front of you while you're doing it, and none of the letters in that are actually letters from the game. I did that all with like shapes, and it only took, I would say, probably to do the whole car, not that long, probably no more than 20 minutes actually to make the whole car. So it's an easy car to kind of replicate in Horizon 2, and also I used the Forza front splitter because the real Viper TA has a little bit of a front splitter. It doesn't poke out quite as much as the Forza splitter does, but I felt it would be a really cool thing to add because just to differentiate it that much more from the standard Viper GTS, and also kind of make it look a little bit closer to the Viper TA. Now, this side does not have the TA symbol on it. The reason for that is because when you tell it to swap over, it basically turns the whole thing around, and then it says AT on this side, and it also like changes the position and everything, and it makes it look really weird, and I didn't want to go through redoing the not the GTS, but the TA logo again on this side. So right now it's only on this side of the car, but I'm sure that if you really wanted to do a really fully done build of this car, really the only thing that needs to be done left is to do the TA logo on this side. Everything else is done, but I really wanted to get this design and build finished and show to you guys. The only performance things this car has done to it are it's been lowered a little bit over stock, and it's been given a race exhaust, so I'll let you hear it real quick. Little spit of flame back there, but I'll take it for a little bit of a drive, and then we'll go back to the garage, and we'll take a look at what I did to it, and I'll show you the steps of the really simple design, and even the performance setup. Even though it's only a couple of parts, I'll show you guys that as well. So let's go ahead and take it for a little drive. Now, really in its stock form, the Viper is really wow, Huracan, stay away. It's very grippy. You can still drift it if you want to. I mean, just e-brake, clutch kick, you're good to go. I mean, you're sliding, but it's very grippy. Aside from that, you can take it up onto any of these twisty roads, get a lot of grip, get a lot of grip from the front end. Really aggressive, really aggressive, depending on where you take it. I mean, and it'll hang with almost anything in a straight line. Sub Hennessy Venoms, you know what I mean? Like, a Pagani Huayra will take it in a straight line. An Aventador will just take it in a straight line. I didn't want to turn that speed zone on. Blech. I didn't want to do the speed zone. I actually wanted to turn around. But it's a really nice all-round car, especially if you don't want to build up something like crazy. You just want to have a representation of a real car that's kind of in the game, but not really, because even though the Viper GTS is in the game, I kind of feel like the TA is the version that should have been here. Because the TA, to me, is kind of the ultimate version of the Viper. I prefer the TA to the GTS. It's my favorite version of the Viper. Well, it's my favorite version of the 2013 generation, or 2013 plus generation. I would say my favorite Viper of all time is probably the 08 ACR. The 08 ACR is absolutely incredible, but that's a car for a different video. Now, another thing that you could... Whoa! Was not looking for that Huracan to come out of nowhere. But, another thing you can do with this car is, obviously, if you did want to turn it into a monster, you could, you could do a twin turbo, you could supercharge it, which would give you anywhere from 850 to 1,000 plus horsepower at the wheels, depending on if you supercharge it or twin turbo it. Now, both of those numbers are pretty crazy, and considering the fact that it has, I believe, 355 section tires in the back right now, and it'll still light the rear tires up so easily, I mean, 1,000 plus horsepower is going to be ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous in this car. We're not going to care about this speed zone. We're just kind of cruising right now. Cruising with a little bit of sliding the tail end around. Let's go some first person, because the interior view in this car is actually really, really nice too. Now, the interior of the GTS and the TA is pretty much exactly the same. There isn't really any in-game differences you would notice aside from that GTS logo right there, which unfortunately you can't change to TA. But we have yet to see customizable interiors in Forza, which is another thing that I really would love to see in the next Forza. I mean, maybe not in the next Forza Motorsport, but for sure in the next Horizon. If that's not in the next Horizon, I don't know. They've got to rethink their priorities a little bit. But aside, ow, damn. We'll go this way. This is the way the traffic. Oh my God, this is the way the traffic's not going. We'll go this way. I like this way. This is where the traffic isn't. But, we're gonna go ahead and head over to the garage now, and I'll show you guys, what all is done to this thing, and I'll show you how easy it is to actually replicate this car. Alright, so we're gonna quickly go over the performance stuff. It's very minor.
What can I do to help you?
And as I said before, we're on the stock brakes, and we've got race springs and dampers. We've got a race exhaust, and that's it. That really is. That's it. That's all we have on this car performance-wise, aside from that front splitter, which was pretty much done for more of cosmetic purposes rather than performance purposes, because we were going for a specific look with this car. But if we go over to the designs and the paint, we'll go to apply... Actually, no. You know what? I'll go to paint car, and I'll show you exactly the color we're using for this. We're using one of the stock colors, and if we go... It's actually the... fifth one down on the second row. It's pretty much exactly the same color that they use on the actual Viper TA. Now, if we go back to the apply decals section, we take a look at this is the everything that I used to make the TA logo. If you look at it up close, it's not that tricky to make. We've got, I'll just run you through it real quick. I mean, it's really all just a bunch of manipulated squares that I used to make it, and you can see kind of blocked out some sections that we're overlaying with the larger squares, and just as you can see, it just highlights every single one. Very simple design to make. Again, you could easily copy this design. We've got another one there, and then you've got this checkered flag logo, which can be found in the stock vinyl groups. This is a stock vinyl group. I didn't make it. It's a very easy one to find. I believe it's in the oh, I forget. It's like the race decals or something, or like the stock decals. And then we've got this other one, which blocks off a little bit of the race flag right there at the end. You can see it's still overlapping a little bit. I'm not too big of a fan of that. In fact, we can move it over just a little bit. I'll try and get rid of that. I'll take it. I'll go with that. And then we've got, obviously, the stock wheels painted black as well. And really all that's left to take a look at is the how I did the rear spoiler. Very, very easy. Just kind of did this crescent shape. And then at each end, there's a square that just blocks off the little bit of excess that was at each end. And that's really it. That's really all that goes into replicating the Viper TA. That's all you need to do. Very, very easy car to replicate. Very, very easy if you're new to the game, if you're new to designing, if you're new to painting, if you're new to tuning. Very, very easy car, like I said, to replicate. And I highly recommend giving it a shot because it's a cool car. It's a nice car, and it looks close enough that you can sometimes throw people off online, and they'll freak out and be like, where the hell did you get that car? But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And if you want to leave suggestions for real-life cars you want me to replicate in the next real-life car build video, then you can leave your suggestions in the comments below, and I'll definitely take a look at them. So again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.